She was a past fusion. She is the legendary version of my starter champion. She hits insanely hard. And of course, she is my avatar because she happens to be one of my favorite champions. Supreme Elhain is an incredibly underrated nuker. And in this video, I am going to show you why you should be building her and trying her out in all areas of the game. Let's go. Hey guys, SMZ here, we're back playing Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, Supreme Elhain, this amazing legendary champion who just demolishes wave after wave after wave. She was part of the Playrium anniversary, like I think 2 years ago. And on Christmas 2 years ago, I got the 6-star soul for her. She hits so hard. She's a glass cannon, but what a cannon. Insanely hard hitting champion. I've been using her everywhere in the game, but also in the live arena in a nuker build, so stone skin and lethal. Recently, because I've pulled a lot of more meta nukers, I have changed her from stone skin lethal to now merciless, where she shines even more in PVE content. There's a free champion that you can get by using the link in my description. That is Narma the Return, a great champion to battle the Demon Lord. And you can get her alongside other crazy good epic champions like Anax, like Uugo, and like Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. How to get these champions for free? Here's how to do it. You go into your Playrium Play and log out of your current account. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email address. Download the game and then play the tutorial, and you will find Narma sitting there chilling in your inbox. And you can get all of these crazy good epic champions as you progress through the game. Do not miss out on this opportunity. Click the link in the description and get these cool champions. She does a lot of Faction Wars hard mode for me, a lot of arena fights for me. Everywhere in the game she's super useful. In Faction Wars hard, you might say, well SMZ, you might have the 6-star blessing, that's why she's good, right? Not exactly. So I've been helping a lot of clanmates and anybody who's joining my Discord to help out with Faction Wars hard mode. And one of my clanmates was stuck in a very high stage of Faction Wars hard mode. And then I suggested using Supreme Elhain and they immediately cleared that stage. And his Supreme Elhain was not even 1-star blessing. So completely raw Supreme Elhain. And she hits so incredibly hard. I have her in this build with 6-piece Merciless, 2-piece Cruel, and I have a lot of stats, I'm not gonna lie, but she hits incredibly hard. 7.7k attack, 351 on the crit damage, 260 speed in this build. When I was using her in the arena, I was using, I think, this build on her, which is now taken over mostly by Raphael. And she was rocking a bit lower stats, so 7.1k attack, 319 crit damage, lower speed as well. And of course lower ignore defense. That's the trade-off you take for having stone skin on. But I've switched her gear completely. Gore Crescent, one of my favorite relics. I've showcased this relic on so many champions previously, but for her it makes extra sense because of how the mechanic works. She cycles through her abilities really fast, and with the A3, as soon as she kills somebody, and this hits insanely hard, you will see in everything that I'm going to showcase you in this video. Ignores a lot of stuff, strengthen ally protection as well as shield. She is one of the most biggest nuisances to what's that champion's name? I completely forget. He is a very meta champion. He's fallen off the meta a little bit. He was insanely high a while ago. I am talking about, I don't have this champion. I'm sure he's undead. Where are you? Necrit the Great. That's the champion. He protects nukers insanely, but he cannot protect them from Supreme Elhain's wrath. That's how good she is with this skill. But as soon as she kills somebody with this skill, she gets an extra turn, right? And of course, she gets the bonus by the Gore Crescent relic. Okay, I got that mythical gemstone which gives her extra damage. I was gonna put it on her. I'll need to pull it from somebody. Who did I give it to? Let me remember that. Socket type this. Playrium, please. Why can't we just search for socket types on gemstones without looking at the relic first and then the gemstone? I want to be able to look at equipped gemstones easily. That's not the case. I gave it to this guy right here. Let me remove that. 320, by the way. That's insane, the cost on switching gemstones. So let's put this in. It's gonna make her it even harder because she's gonna kill a lot of people. And then 6-star Rend is for PvE the best blessing. You might want to run her in Lightning Cage. For example, if you're exclusively using her in PvP, which she's really good for as well. And then this attack is just insane, especially if you can put some debuffs out there. It's super hard. These are my masteries for her. Of course, We're running Helm Smasher as the tier 6. And yeah, I just showcased at the start of the video when she was basically soloing Dragon 20. She can do that on a lot of the different dungeons. So let's take her into the arena and showcase what she can do. Let's use this team up. Emrys to strip any stone skin that comes our way. And let's see. There's one stone skin on the opposing Emrys. Let's see if we can strip it with her. We can. The crazy thing about her, and this especially comes into play when we are talking about Marichka. So if Marichka is on the opposing team, Marichka normally revives everybody when you kill her, right? What you can do is with the A3, you can kill Marichka first, gain the extra turn, gain the bonus damage thanks to Gore Crescent, and then wipe the entire team. In general, I would always try to go A3 first because I gain the damage. Oh, that was reaction, wasn't it? That was reaction. There was no damage. But that was very low damage. What happened right there? What happened right there? There was some kind of damage mitigation that I'm not aware of. If somebody can let me know in the comments what happened right there. But yeah, let's kill this guy. 35k to pop him off. And then we finally... By the way, for this content for Arena, I would run her in the Arena build that I showcased earlier. I didn't bother to switch it around. Maybe I should have. But she can hit quite hard. 94k on that Tara Stars. You have to remember is if HP champion, he has that passive where he reduces the damage taken. And it's insane that you can kill him off like that. Another insane thing to think about when you're talking about Supreme Elhain is that she cannot get decreased attack, which is insane. Absolutely insane. It's very underrated because a lot of the cases, opposing teams, they basically win by just putting decreased attack on you, either through the passive or some skill. But yeah, she's absolutely insane. Let me see if I can find a Necrit team. Unfortunately not. A lot of the meta today has shifted to like block damage and such because of Niamhe. But wherever that's not the case, she's going to smack. You will need to strip the stone skin wherever possible, but she is absolutely going to smack. So let's go against this team. They have Mortu Makab, who's an HP champion, very high HP champion as well. We don't have any stone skins. That's actually very rare these days. So let's boost. Let's do this. Hopefully there are no reaction procs this time around. We did the first hit, so probably not. They're getting all the nice little buffs on them. Is not gonna matter once she takes a turn. We are gonna smack. Let's go for her. 186,000. And then boom, 192 on the Mortu as you saw. So she can smack really hard is what I wanted to showcase right here. I also want to showcase her in two areas. So unfortunately, the Curse City rotation, whenever she's available here, I run that team. And she's one of my biggest damage dealers in killing Amius super fast. But it's not available this time, this rotation for any of the big stages I checked. I'm going to showcase her in the Hydra Slayers team as well. But then most importantly, towards the end, I'll showcase her in Faction Wars Hard Mode, my auto-friendly team that I run. So let's take her here. I've run her once before on Hydra Slayers with Lethal. But let's test her out this time around with the Merciless build. So on Lethal, let me pull up the chart. So currently, as you can see, Supreme Elhain right here, when I ran her with Lethal, she currently sits at rank 16, doing her own 198 million damage, team damage of 345. Now I'm going to test her out with 6-piece Merciless instead. So I'm assuming that she's going to climb up the list even further, which is going to be crazy. So let's switch back and see how we can rank in terms of this damage. And here, I'm not going to put any presets. I mean, in terms of presets, what will help is her prioritizing her A2 because there are no minions to kill. So she's not going to get the extra turn effect over here. So let's go for the quick battle. As I've been using this team a lot, as you all are aware. The only thing that's different now is Lamasu. I pulled a 6-star blessing over the last couple of days with the 2x on Eternal Soul Stones, which was crazy. She was on my wish list. Maybe the wish list works, guys. It's the first time it has happened. I've been chasing the Lamasu Soul for a while. 479.9. That's a lot of damage. 479.9. Let me note that down into the sheet. And then her own damage was 326,481. 326,481. And so let's see where she ranks. So let's do the sorting. First by total damage, and then secondly by damage, or actually the other way around. And she is on number 9 in the global list, guys. Number 9, beating Carnage, beating Thor one time when I tested him as well. Acrasia Varl, she's, oh my god, this is insane, guys. This is insane. So all of this is gonna change because Supreme Elhain is absolutely insane. She's climbed so many ranks by just switching her into the Merciless set. Insane. I did not expect her to be hanging out with Crockhard and Thor, but she certainly does. So the next thing I want to showcase to you guys is my Faction Wars Hard auto team. So let's bring that up. So this is the team that I use. I use Arbiter, I use Karamis, who's my secret weapon, but you see how she pops people off. As you can see, so much damage, guys. So much damage. There you go. She's popping people left and right, not giving them any chances. So I use my Skoramis in a Frost set, and that's useful for the boss. And then I have my Deliana. I've done a separate build on Deliana, a separate video. If you haven't checked that out, I would recommend that you do so. Tatura is my secret sauce as well over here because he does help significantly on the boss with his block debuffs, his Veil, Freeze and whatnot. On the boss, the only thing I do is I put the, what is it, the redirect, this red thing that right here, on the boss so that I target the boss, because for this particular boss, it's better to target the boss directly without killing the minions. How do you deal with different bosses? I've also done a separate video for that. I'll link it up. Please check it out. All the Faction Wars hard bosses, I've ranked them in terms of difficulty and how to deal with them. You saw that she died, but she came back and she took a huge chunk of health from the boss immediately after coming back, and she's just gonna do damage. She's just gonna hit super hard. This is one of the more tougher bosses with Faction Wars hard mode. A lot of people die, but Arbiter is gonna bring them right back. Scramus is insanely good because he can put that decrease attack, he can provoke, counter attack, and then because of the Frost set, because he puts on the provoke as well, when the minions hit back, they get frozen, which is insane. He also has a chance to stun. Then Deliana's on the team to put block buffs, which is also super useful for this boss. She gets frozen sometimes, she sometimes dies, but she's gonna chip away and she's gonna basically kill off the boss slowly but surely. I'll just take the fight a bit closer towards the end. Oh, another 600k worth of damage in one hit. That A3 smacks so hard. Such an insane champion. She's dead once again. Glass cannon, as I said, so she definitely does need that Arbiter over here. You can build some HP onto her, but why would you do that when you have Arbiter to revive her back all the time? There you go. She's right back at it, and I think she's gonna smack now very quickly. Did you see how fast she cleared the waves? And she kills off them as well. As you can see, 9.6 million damage from Supreme Elhain. Deliana right here is like 2.5 million, and then everybody else is basically doing nothing, and she's hitting insanely hard. Insane champion, as you've seen. She can be super useful in a lot of PvE content, also in PvP. She's really useful. Not super meta, but she's super underrated. One of my favorite champions out there. She's my avatar, even though I switched to Raf for a couple of weeks there in between. I've switched it back. She's my favorite, one of my favorite champions, not my favorite. But I hope you enjoyed this showcase. If you did, let me know which other champions you would like me to showcase next. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoyed the video. And please leave a like, subscribe to the channel. All that helps me out tremendously. If you enjoyed this showcase, you might enjoy this one right here as well. But thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.